Yeah. Legend Z. It's time to let you go. Why keep holding on? It's been a month, baby. Your true color shown. I'm not mad, and no longer will I hide. I just gotta move forward, push the shit to the side. Welcome back to your Daily Dose. I'm your host, Alizé Mills, and this is the Daily Dose Show, where you already know that we be doing the most. Now, before we get into today's story time, yes, it's going to be a story time. Why don't you guys go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Alize_Mills. That's ALIZE_Mills. If you also want to see any more of my videos, you can also follow me on Instagram at Alize.Mills.1. That's Zay Nation, ZAE Nation. You can also follow me on TikTok, ZELUM15. That's Zelum15. Also, add me on my professional Facebook at Alizé Mills. And if you have any personal questions, any personal comments, or any collaborations that you would like to do with me, please email me on my professional email at alizemills6@gmail.com. Once again, that's alizemills6@gmail.com. So before I get into today's story, also, by the way, if you didn't get any of that, it will be in the link in the description below. Before I get into today's story, I will let y'all know I will not be uploading the intro because I had to delete a lot of stuff. So I had to delete a lot of storage. I need to buy me another phone. So I just want to let y'all know, please hang in there with me. I still have my intro. I got to upload it. I got to do all that. It's already uploaded. You guys seen it on YouTube, but I'm trying to see if I could just download it again. I had to delete it, and I'm just really upset because my brother did put a lot of work in that. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. So I might not even do the intro. I might just keep doing it like this and just introducing the channel until I could, do what I need to do. So I've been having a lot of technical difficulties. I'm kind of irritated. I don't want to really do this video, but I'm going to still come out and do this video for y'all. Today's story is going to be about the abandonment of my mother. So I would like to let y'all know that this is going to get a little bit personal. So if you don't want to hear this, then please click off this video right now. If this might trigger anything, or if you're going through a situation and you don't want to see something like this, then click off this video. If you don't like cursing, click off this video. Okay? Also, I do want to let y'all know, if you would like to listen to that song, it's actually called Lost Out on Love, and my rap name is Legend Z. So I wouldn't say I'm an artist, but I will say that, yes, I have done music. Yes, I have created a couple songs, not created, but I wrote a couple songs in the past. And that song was actually dedicated to my ex-girlfriend after our failed relationship way back in 2019, in the beginning of 2019. So I decided to write that song. It's called Lost Out on Love, Legend Z. You can hear that song right now. It's actually still streaming on, I believe it's also on, it should be on SoundCloud, and it's also on BandLab. So if you want to go ahead and listen to that song, you could go ahead and do that and just download it. Also, I will say I'm not saying I'm the best, but I got bars. So this story actually is going to be a journal that I journaled to myself today, that I, getting more in touch with my in touch with my inner child. But I also do have a rap at the end of this. So this is dedicated to my mother, and if she's somewhere out there, I hope that she actually does see this video, because I did want to dedicate this video to her and let her know that I do love her and I do forgive her. And that the things that she went through, at the end of the day, she's still a beautiful woman. But this is something that I was really, just connecting with my inner child, being able to connect with myself. I write about 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. That's not too much. It's not too much at all. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I woke up this morning feeling normal, perhaps I might say. Not too excited or overly excited. I just feel normal. Although I could not sleep last night, which I couldn't, I still decided to put a bright smile on my face. It felt good when exercising. I felt good when exercising. Taking care of my body and back on my mental diet. I have been having these really deep conversations with the child version of me. One thing I had to begin to notice was that I was able to connect with my inner child. I imagined playing games with her and holding her close to my chest to tell her how much I love her and accept her for who she is. And I apologize for not being there before. I feel a great sense of relief to be able to connect with this playful, happy, imaginative version of myself. Although I was hurt for so many years by past experiences, I believe the deeper I feel more connected with my inner child, the more I will be able to forgive and move forward with my life. It's time to dive deeper into the hurt, abandonment of my mother, physical abuse from my father and uncle, the confusion, verbal, and emotional abuse. I am hurt from my mother for leaving me and running away from her responsibilities. I know she was hurt and sad and has gone through a lot, but that does not make her a bad person. Maybe I need to take time to see things from her view. She was young and scared. She had undergone sexual abuse in her past and never really was able to get help for it. I question why she ran after men, drugs, prostitution. I used to laugh at things about my mother, but that was only to hide the hurt behind what I was feeling. It's okay, Alize. It doesn't mean she didn't love you. She just did not know how to express it at the time. She loves you and does care. She ran away from her problems because she could not face her demons. But I choose to see the beautiful woman I met years ago that helped me with my homework and told me she loved me each time. Mom, it's okay. I forgive you. I love you. And everything you went through made you stronger. Beautiful brown lady, people thought you was crazy. To me, you was my angel, my soul and my heart. You, my mama, nothing can ever tear us apart. I came from you in the womb, in that hospital room, a beautiful black child that resembled you. So understand they don't know you like I do. I'll never judge you. You went through a lot, mama. I forgive you, and that's from the heart. My promise to you is to keep going no matter what and never give up. I felt your tears through that phone when you said you was wrong. I admit it was hard for you, no. But no, at age 24, I never let the memories of you go. I no longer feel cold. I found peace within. No one is perfect. I don't expect you to be. I'm your seed. I know you love me. In my eyes, you are still the beautiful brown lady. My love for you goes like mashed potatoes and gravy. I love you, mama. Now, this was really deep for me because my mother, when I was young, I was actually living with my father and my grandmother at the time. And my dad was physically abusive towards me. He used to beat me, you know. I don't really remember too much at a young age. I was told that my father never did anything to me, but people used to think it was a rumor, but in all honesty, it was never a rumor to begin with. It was real. And I'm not saying this because I dislike my dad or I hate him. If anything, I forgive my dad. You know, the next story, the next journal will be about him and the next verse will be about him. But when I was young, one thing I realized was that my mother wasn't around. And sometimes I used to talk about my mama and say, oh, my mom's on drugs, without actually taking time to realize that I was really hurt. You know, I did see my mom. I know my mom. I know who she is. She's a very beautiful, beautiful black woman, and she's a goddess. And she will always be the first woman in my life. And although she wasn't in my life, although she didn't take care of me, you know, a part of me still can understand. Not saying that it was an excuse. It's never an excuse to abandon a child, especially when they need you the most. But my mother she went through a lot of stuff. She did undergo a lot of things. She did go through sexual abuse when she was young. She was raped 4 times in her life. And no, I will not give y'all my mother's name. Hell no. But my mother, she was on drugs and she was doing prostitution. I remember the last time that I saw my mother and she looked like a child. She just was so young. But I like to remember the good memories of my mother. And that's when I've seen her that day. And she used to always smoke cigarettes. I couldn't stand that shit. But she was helping me with my homework. And one thing I can honestly say is that my mom did love me. And although she wasn't in my life, it made me a stronger woman, the woman that I am today, who I am and who I have become. I lost my child And although I didn't have my baby, I would have still been there for my child. Even though I would have had to struggle and go through some things, I would have been there. And I know I would have been a good mother. And like I said, at the end of the day, this was something that was really from the heart. So I will say that if you or anyone in your family has undergone any type of physical abuse or sexual abuse or anything, it is time to heal your inner child, and it is time to connect. Because sometimes we don't want to go to that place. We don't want to go to that dark place. You know what I'm saying? But at times we have to also ask ourselves, are we going to continue to hold on to that resentment from our parents? I can't hold on to, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. But I can't say I hate my mother, because I don't. I don't hate her. My mother went through a lot. And I have to see that even at a young age, she was taking care of her brother and making sure that he was fed. She didn't eat shit. She made sure he was fed. And see, a lot of people will say things about my mom or disrespect her or say, oh, she's this. I was told my mother didn't love me. That's not true. My mother does love me. She may not know how to express it. She may probably run and hide, but those are her problems. She has to face that in the end. She has to look at herself in the mirror. I can't carry her problems. I cannot do that. I can only carry my problems and make sure that the choices and the decisions that I make in my life are right for me. And it doesn't harm or hurt other people who are around me. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that I don't look at everybody as, oh, this person's going to hurt me, or this person is that and this person is this. I can't do that, because it's not going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, my mom, she's a Sagittarius. She's a fire sign. I used to always say, I want to be a fire sign, because if I was any sign, I would want to be a Leo, period. I would want to be a Leo, period. I like Leos because they fiery, and Leos don't give a fuck. Like, I fuck with Leos. She had to have a Cancer. But but no, on an honest note, I love my mother. I really do. And like I said, I feel like the fact of the abandonment of my mother is what made me stronger as a woman, because I didn't let that affect me to the point where it was like, I could go to drugs. I could have turned to drugs. I could have been on cocaine. I could have been on crack cocaine. I could have been prostituting. You don't think at one time in my life I was homeless? At one time in my life, I was going to turn to prostitution. I was thinking about really giving away my body, because at the moment I was homeless. I didn't have nowhere to go. I was walking on the cold streets because of my ex-boyfriend. He had kicked me out of his grandmother's house. It was I will say I was wrong for what I had said, like what I had did, because it was for something that was small, but I made the situation bigger into a bigger problem. But it was just more of, he was already physically abusive because he was putting his hands on me already then. Like I said, we were both wrong on both sides of the story, but I'll tell that another time. But I'll just tell you a little bit. So I got kicked out. I was on the streets. I didn't know, I was cold, walking around looking for a place that didn't even exist. Okay. And so, I could have resulted to a lot of things. I was going to become an alcoholic. I was drinking a lot of liquor. I was feeling a lot of shit in my body. I wanted to kill myself. I was suicidal ever since I was young. I wanted to die because of everything that I was going through. Even with the physical abuse of my father, that shit really fucked me up to the point where I felt like every man was the same. Honestly. And I will be honest. And I started to attract men who kind of reminded me of my dad. Psychologically, I was fucked up for a long time. Does that mean that I'm going to stop liking women? No. Because I've always liked women all the time. But what I'm saying is, and, not having the love of from a mother, it really damaged me. So I would sometimes call or tell my aunties, you're like a mother to me, or try to find a mother figure in somebody else. And it's so crazy because you try to find a mother figure, you trying to look for a father figure in somebody, you looking for it in the wrong places, baby. You know what I'm saying? So for me, honestly, it's that alkaline shit, baby. So for me, I felt I was weak. I was in a place where I didn't want to be. I never wanted to be with my grandmother in the same area with them. I wanted to live with my mama. I've always wanted to be with my mama. If my mama pulled up today and had a Rolls Royce and said, "You living with me, I'm leaving." I am leaving. Like, I got a place, 5 beds. You got what? Okay. I'm leaving. Because that's my mama. And no matter what, I came from her wound. Okay? And my mother and my father conceived a very beautiful, beautiful child that grew up to be a beautiful lady. I have made mistakes and I have done things, but one thing I'm going to say is I'm not responsible for what happened to me when I was younger. But I am responsible for the shit that happened, that does happen to me today. I'm responsible for what I do, what I say, how I say it, and what I do to other people, and how it affects other people and how it affects me. I'm responsible. But for my childhood, I ain't responsible. Because I didn't ask to come into this world. You didn't ask to come into this. Nobody asked to come into this damn world. We just was conceived. So my whole thing is, I'll tell you, it's because, okay, my thing is this. I have a sister and I have 2 brothers on my mother's side, and then I have a baby brother and a baby sister on my dad's side. So as you can see, there is no bloodline in this family. Half sisters, half brothers, okay? So anyway, it's kind of really not that much of a connection. There's not really any blood no. But, as for my sister and my 2 brothers, we're not really close. We don't really talk to each other. We try to talk to each other. We do. And then, I have a hard time trusting certain people in my family because I don't trust people in my family. I feel like for me, the place of where I'm at and where I am, I'm actually happy. Some people think I'm not, but I can honestly say that I am happy because I feel like from here, this is a way for me to grow in my development of my character and on the way of becoming a better woman. I turned 25 in 6 months. So my thing is, for me, it's really at this point in my life, I feel like I've accomplished a lot out here where I'm at. Okay. And the place that I'm in and the people that are here, because the people that are here, they do care about me. I could have been kicked out again because of my temperament but I decided to go ahead and get myself help because I needed help. I needed mental help, and I still do. And it doesn't matter how many years of therapy or how many months of therapy I need. Psychiatric, I'm not afraid to say that I'm happy to be getting the help that I finally fucking need. Because who knows how long I've been diagnosed with these mental illnesses. My dad and my grandmother never took me to the psychiatric. They never took me to mental health. They never took me to no fucking doctor. If anything, I barely went to the fucking doctor and the fucking dentist. I don't even think I had insurance when I was a kid. Because literally, anything that was, it ain't nothing wrong with Alizé. Alizé ain't got shit wrong with her. She just complained. No, seriously, it could be, I'm not gonna lie, I do over exaggerate. So you might be like, man, Alizé lying. But on some real shit, if there's something wrong, there's something wrong. You know, have you ever considered that maybe, how old, have you ever asked, how old was my mother when she had bipolar depression, depression, bipolar depression? How old was my mother when she developed schizophrenia? All of these questions, what other mental illnesses that my mother have that I don't know about that run in my family is the most important thing. I was never allowed to even see my brothers and sisters like that because I was always sheltered in the fucking house. That's what pissed me off. Because it's like I can't even go out into the world and see my own sister or see my own brothers and connect with my siblings. That doesn't make sense. So now that I have the choice to do what I can and what I want, of course I'm going to do it. Of course. See, I used to live in the box of Alizé has to have her decisions made for her because she doesn't have a mouth to make her own decisions. I have the mouth and I have the emotion. I have the mentality and I have the spirit. I'm a strong ass woman. And for the shit that I went through, I could have killed myself years ago. But I'm a strong ass woman. And I refuse to say that I'm not a strong woman because I am. I've been through a lot of shit. And I faced it. And now that I'm here, I'm going to let y'all know I'm glad to be alive. Because if I died, I probably wouldn't even be sitting here in front of this fucking camera in front of y'all telling y'all this right today. You wouldn't even know who Alizé is. Because I would have killed myself years ago. I've contemplated suicide so many years because I felt like nobody gave a fuck about me. And even the people that did, I want to say right now, if you ever watch this video, I apologize if I've ever caused any harm to you. If I didn't see that you did care about me and you did love me, because I didn't understand the difference between people giving a fuck and people talking shit. I truly do apologize. It's hard for me to be in touch with my feelings sometimes. It's hard for me to really feel bad for another individual because I don't even know how to feel into my own fucking emotions. I'm still trying to learn myself. And I'm not saying that my past is an excuse for the things that I feel. But what I am saying is certain things that have happened to me have traumatized me. But with my mother not being in my life, I think I look at that as more of, instead of looking at that as, I look at it as, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. And it's crazy because this woman is so smart, so intelligent. I remember certain people would say, my mom's this, my mom is that. My mom was the smartest woman I know. She was good at math, better than I was. My mother was intelligent. She's still intelligent. And one thing she told me was when I mentioned she was crying on the phone, she cried on the phone to me and because she heard my music and she told me she doesn't want me to give up. And for so long, I haven't even been writing songs like that. I haven't been doing nothing, you know, because I was like, I want to do YouTube. I want to do podcasts. I want to put this out here. I want to do me. So, you know, I wanted to really do this shit. You feel me? And she told me, she said, the only obstacle is you, baby. You will be the only obstacle in your way. I knew I was gifted when I first wrote my first essay. I knew I was gifted. I knew that God had given me such an amazing gift, an amazing talent. I knew it from the moment I wrote my first essay. And I'm writing my own book about my own life. And I was told that you don't have a gift, Alizé. And I was put down so many years of my life and I felt like a failure. because I never thought I was good enough. And even my dad, I don't hate my dad. I don't. Because what I went through made me stronger. And it made me want to strive and do more with my life. I was always told I wouldn't do shit. And I would be just like my mother pushing cans on the street. But that's not me. That's not who I am. And my mom will always be the number one woman in my life. And no woman can take her place. Nobody. I guess this is where I tell you, I normally don't, I don't get emotional like that. I got, there's tears that want to come. I ain't gonna lie. I normally don't get emotional like that, but I feel like it just needed to come out. But if you or anyone has suffered from anything, any type of abandonment, just understand, baby, that made you stronger. And you here, no matter what. So don't allow anybody to tell you or make you feel like you ain't shit. I'm here to tell you that you are something. You got a gift. You got many gifts. You got many talents, baby. Use them. Use them. Apply them. Do it. Because I'm doing it every day. Every fucking single day. I wish I would. I wish I would allow the next individual or my past to even try to make me feel like, oh, you can't do that. No. Yes, the fuck I can. I went back to school. I got my diploma at 20. People in my family kept asking me, when you gonna go back to school? When you gonna get your high school diploma? When Alizé gonna do this? When Alizé gonna do that? Alizé needs to da-da-da-da-da-da. And my whole thing is, I never told nobody what I was doing. People thought my security job was my first job. I started working with kids. That was my first job. One thing about me is I always made a way no matter what. No matter what anybody said, I always made a way. Because I knew in my heart and deep within my motherfucking soul that I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. The physical abuse may have hurt me physically, but it didn't break me mentally, spiritually, nor emotionally. No, it hurt my body, but it didn't hurt my mind, my soul, my heart, and my spirit. Because if anything, that made me want to be an amazing fucking parent. The abandonment of my mother makes me want to be an amazing fucking mother. And an amazing fucking wife to a beautiful ass woman one day. And I know it's gonna happen. For my future family. So regardless of the things that you go through, just understand that you're going to get through. Want to know why? Because God is looking after you. And I know because I can see it in your eyes. So keep your eyes on the vision. And understand if people ain't listening, it's okay, baby. Just know that you still got a soul mission. Stay on your soul mission and don't miss it. Because I'm here and I'm always in the distance. I'm watching over you and I can see it. Ooh, can't you see my eyes glistening? Trust me, I believe in you just like you believe in me. So I hope you understand and you actually know. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm done. Anyway, that's been the Daily Dose of Alizé. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and share, baby. Do what you gotta do. That was story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yes, it's crazy how I just got back into my emotion. But it's just like I do it, baby. Just like the little potion with the little emotion over there. Love that. Love that. But no. Honestly, I do want to leave y'all with this. I love you. I love my subscribers. I love the viewers. I love all y'all. Y'all are truly amazing. And like I said, y'all can do anything that you set your mind to. Period. Period. We out.